Hey, in this episode, we're going to look at some Topps Heritage 2020 team set, and probably the greatest Kentuckian ever to grace the annals of Major League Baseball. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Back to the Cardboard. I'm glad you could join me. Hope everybody's staying safe out there and everybody's taking the right precautions. Keep your social distancing and all that stuff. Hey, I got a real quick mail day for you guys. I want to share something with you. Then we'll talk about the greatest Kentuckian ever in Major League Baseball, in my opinion anyway. But before we get into all that, let's talk about Topps Heritage 2020. I don't know if you guys seen me open a couple of boxes or not, but dug into them. Really wasn't satisfied with what I got, so I ended up making another 2020 Heritage purchase. Pretty much the same. You know, it disappointed me like to no end. So I ended up going ahead and getting the cards I wanted, and basically it was the Cincinnati Reds team set for the year. So we'll go over these real quick. Ordered them off eBay, got them within a couple days. I should have done that from the beginning. It saved me a ton of money. But in this team set, this is just the base team set. We got Jesse Winker, Phil Irvin, Josh Van Meter. Hoping he has a good year this year. Derek Dietrich started off on fire last year, and hopefully he starts off again this year on fire. If he is on the team, I'm pretty sure he is. Anthony Descafini. The Jose Peraza has been traded to Boston. He's no longer with Cincinnati. Michael Lorenzen. Pitcher says here, but he's a utility player. He played outfield some last year. Pretty cool. Raciel Iglesias. Really like this guy. Great pitcher. Freddie Galvis. Should be our starting shortstop. Tucker Barnhart. Should be our number one catcher. Oh, here's the man. Trevor Bauer in the 5-man rotation. Genio Suarez, recovering from surgery. Hopefully this extended period will get him back in the lineup. Finished with 49 home runs last year. Should have a good year this year. Here's the man. Here's what it all hinges on right here, Mr. Joey Votto. Hopefully he kind of turns it around this year. Has a little better upswing than he did last year. Had just for his contract, he just had a miserable season. Really love this guy, so I'm hoping and praying that he does really good. Here's our second baseman, Mike Moustakas. I'm glad to get him. The only one they didn't have in this set, the base set, was Luis Castellanos. And then this is the card that I wanted to get, but didn't, and that's the Yordan Alvarez and Stratus, how do you say his name? Stratus Aquino. So got the regular base set plus the American League, National League rookie leader card. So pretty cool. Something else I got in the mail today, I'm going to show you real quick and come in the mail, if y'all can see that. Got a little wet. It's been raining here in Kentucky for like 25 days straight. I'm working on an arc out back. But this is from the Cincinnati Reds. This is just basically a fan pack. Any of your, whatever team you support, get online, go to their website. The Cincinnati website, you had to go to the Contact Us page, and there was a button on there. You click, it says Fan Pack. You click on it, it asks for your address and stuff. You tell them, you know, put all that stuff down there, your name and address, and they send you a fan pack. It took about 2.5, 3 weeks for me to get this. Like I said, it got a little wet. Let me flip the camera around here, and we'll look at this real close. All right, here's what comes in the Cincinnati Reds fan pack. Let's see what we got here. First off, it's like a Hall of Fame ticket for Marty Brennaman. It's huge. Turn it around sideways to get it all in the camera here. Celebrating the 46th year of the Hall of Fame announcer. Day. Marty Brennaman ticket, pretty cool. Oh wow, got a couple 2020 schedules. I'm sure that's subject to change. Got a Cincinnati Go Reds sticker. Bumper sticker, I guess that's what that is. Got a fat head of Raciel Iglesias. Pretty cool. Got another fat head of Alex Wood. It's just a bunch of stickers, looks like. Pretty cool. The back has coupons and stuff on them. Another fat head here of, come out. Uh-oh, stuck. Genio Suarez. Pretty neat. What else is in here? Oh, cool. Got 2019 Cincinnati Reds roster. Last year's, of course, but hey, still pretty cool. And then we got, what is this? Celebrating the Hall of Fame career, Marty. This one belongs to Marty. Mic drop. 2020 Reds Hall of Fame inductee preview. Just a card for Marty there. Anything else? Oh, something else got in there. Oh, I got another little red sticker. And then a letter here. It says, Dear Reds friend, it is always a pleasure to hear from our Cincinnati Reds fans. We are grateful you want to take the time to show your support for our team by contacting us. Your support allows our organization to continuously succeed. We are happy to fill your requests and hope you enjoy the enclosed Reds promotional items. Thank you again for being a Reds fan. Sincerely, the Cincinnati Reds. Signed, the Cincinnati Reds. Okay, pretty cool. Is that it? And that's it. All right, that's pretty neat. All right, on to the main feature. It talked about the greatest Kentuckian, in my opinion, in Major League Baseball. And I collect a lot of things. You guys know, you've seen mainly baseball cards, but I do have some other things. A few other things I do have is autographed baseballs. I have a few of them, not many. And one of my cherished prized possessions, I had this it was in a cube. One of my prized possessions is this ball right here. Anybody, can you make that out? That is from A.B. Chandler, Albert Benjamin Chandler. Anybody recognize that? Maybe you recognize him as Happy Chandler, A.B. Happy Chandler, Major League Baseball's second commissioner following Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis. So without further ado, let's take a real quick look at A.B. Happy Chandler.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the park. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. You can root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. When it's 1, 2, 3 strike you out at the old ball game.
A.B. Happy Chandler was born July the 14th, 1898 in Versailles, Kentucky. Always athletic growing up, he attended Transylvania College where he played multiple sports. It was there he earned his nickname Happy because of his jovial nature. After college, he briefly considered a career in pro baseball, but instead decided to pursue a law degree where he attended Harvard Law School. After a year at Harvard, he ended up going back to UK to the College of Law, where he graduated. After graduation, he entered into politics, where in 1928 was elected to Kentucky Senate. 2 years later, he was elected as lieutenant governor, where he served from 31 to 35. After 35, he made a bid to become governor of Kentucky, which he won. After his governorship was up, he found himself back in the Senate seat. And in November of 45, he was asked to become commissioner of baseball. He quickly resigned his Senate seat. He was asked to become commissioner of baseball after the passing of the first commissioner, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, who had passed away in November of the previous year. And Happy soon found himself in controversy. In April of 46, he had to deter players from going to the Mexican League. They were offering huge salaries down there, sometimes twice or triple regular player salaries. He deterred players from going by imposing a 5-year ban on any player that went down there to play. And some of those big salaries were offered to players like Ted Williams, Stan Musial, Phil Rizzuto, but they all three declined to go. Shortly after the Mexican League incident, the Pittsburgh Pirates was organizing a guild for collective bargaining and threatening to strike. Chandler worked with the Pirates officials to ward off the strike, but as a contingency plan, he organized a team of replacement players that included a then 72-year-old Honus Wagner. It was the 47 season that Chandler ended up supporting Brooklyn Dodgers general manager to bring in Jackie Robinson to break down the color barriers in Major League Baseball. He then had to threaten teams with disciplinary actions because of severe taunting of Jackie. He then supported a decision to suspend indefinitely any player or member of the St. Louis Cardinals who followed through on their threat to strike due to racial integration. In 47, Chandler also had to suspend Leo DeRocher for 1 year on what he deemed as conduct detrimental to baseball. DeRocher was found gambling. Does that sound familiar? In 55, he ran for the governorship once again of Kentucky under the slogan, "Be like your pappy and vote for Happy." He ended up winning. In 68, he was strongly considered to run with Governor George Wallace of Alabama to be his vice president, but Wallace ended up choosing U.S. Air Force General Curtis LeMay, and they ended up losing to Richard Nixon that year. Then in 1982, deemed as his greatest accomplishment in life, he was elected to Baseball's Hall of Fame. On June the 15th, 1991, in Versailles, Kentucky, Happy passed away. Prior to his death, he had been the oldest living member of the Baseball Hall of Fame and the longest living Kentucky governor. I still remember, as a child, watching TV, listening to the radio sometimes, and mainly at senior nights, the Kentucky basketball players, A.B. Happy would come out on the floor and sing "My Old Kentucky Home." There wouldn't be a dry eye in the house. So now, let's close this out with Happy singing "My Old Kentucky Home."
It's senior night at the University of Kentucky as the Wildcats honor 5 seniors, and now one of the most emotional moments in sport. Former Governor A.B. Happy Chandler to sing "My Old Kentucky Home."
The sun shines bright in my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the people are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all the day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times comes a knocking at the door. Then my old Kentucky